We're here today at the Extraordinary Futures Conference in Vancouver. I'm here with Paul Pedersen, CEO of Nextleaf Solutions. We've chatted before, but why don't you give our audience a little bit of a summary on Nextleaf and what you guys do?
Our focus of the last 2.5 years has been on developing intellectual property around the extraction, purification, and formulation of cannabinoids. And we think that with big tobacco and big alcohol coming into the industry, there's never been a better time to protect intellectual property around extraction and how all these derivative products are going to be manufactured here in Canada under the Cannabis Act.
I'm actually really curious about that, and I'm sure our audience is as well. How do you feel, and what actually excites you about the new upcoming legalization and being able to have extracts out here in Canada?
Yeah, we think that that was a really important part of the industry. Deloitte has projected that market to be about $2.7 billion per year. And when you think about mass market consumption of cannabinoid-based products, really, the mass market doesn't consume it via smoking. And what's legal today is dried flower and low-dose cannabis oil. So we think that with all the new formats coming online, the companies that can develop intellectual property on how those products are manufactured at scale through standardized dosing, and also companies that can get production assets licensed and online in time to meet the demand of this new $2.7 billion market. We think that it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
I agree, and I know you guys have been focused in the U.S. You've got a little bit of news earlier this month on some patents that you guys have put out there. Can you maybe talk to us a little bit about that, Paul?
So in early 2017, we really started the process of acquiring and developing patent applications around this disruptive technology that we had acquired. So now starting to have the fruits of our labor pay off now. Just in the last few weeks, we've had a number of patents issued. So we have a total of 8 issued patents and over 28 pending patents. And those 8 issued patents, 5 of those are in the United States. So we're really excited about that. And our patent portfolio covers our process of going from low-grade biomass through ethanol extraction, filtration, refinement, and then molecular distillation. And what all that means is it allows us to get to a tasteless, odorless molecule that's standardized for dose and is the precursor of all these vape pens, beverages, and edibles, nutraceutical products that we're very excited about. So now our strategy is based around a B2B commercialization, so working with partners that have licensed manufacturing based assets that are able to take our intellectual property and at a large scale be able to use that IP to manufacture products for the 2.0 cannabis market.
Interesting. I know you guys have been working on a few things you mentioned to me. There's any recent milestones that you'd like to talk to our audience about?
Yeah, obviously getting our 8th issued patent was a huge milestone. We've been able to now beat every single billion-dollar company to the first issued patents, and now we actually have more patents issued than the rest of the industry has combined. So very excited about that milestone. That was a big sort of moment for us to really validate what we've been saying in the last 2 years about how we focus on intellectual property. Tomorrow, we have some news coming out pre-market that we're tremendously excited about. We've been working on it for about a year, and it's around intellectual property to increase the bioavailability and onset of THC and CBD in beverages. So we think that the biggest challenge that producers are going to have is when you take an edible or when you take an infused beverage, it takes an hour or 2 hours to kick in. So our technology that we've just acquired allows for an onset in 5 minutes or less. So we think that's a game changer for how products are going to be consumed. It's a nanotechnology, and we're very excited to commercialize that IP through our beverage partner, which is BevCanna Enterprises, a newly listed CSE issuer. So excited because we think that we've got the right technology, the right people, and now the right manufacturing partners to be able to start commercializing this IP portfolio.
Paul, I'm curious, what actually excites you about the cannabis space, extractions, beverages, and where it's headed in the next, let's say, year to 3 years?
I think what is most exciting for us is that it is truly a disruptive industry. And when you look at all the other industries that cannabinoids can disrupt, whether that's alcohol, whether that's pharma, I think there's a big opportunity for us. I've never seen it, this sort of opportunity in my lifetime, in the sense that you have the most popular illicit drug globally being legalized. So there's already an existing market. We know how big that market is from studies about how big the illicit market is globally, and obviously in Canada that's somewhere around a $7 billion a year industry. So Canada now being the first G20 country to legalize cannabis for adult use, we're just excited to be making history and witnessing history at the same time.
Well, Paul, I think you've given us enough information about the company, the space in general, for our audience to kind of further and take a look at what you guys are up to. Again, we really appreciate your time and look forward to the next time we can get another update from you.
Absolutely, we obviously appreciate being listed on the CSE as oils and working with you guys. So thanks for your time, Anil.
Thanks, Paul.